Hello everyone, my name is Jason Parker and welcome back to this channel about magic! And in today's video we're taking a look at episode 2 of the new season 7 of Penn and Teller's Fool Us at a magician who goes by the name of Eric Leclerc. Now, Eric Leclerc is a Canadian magician, and I've heard of him before because I've seen him on Chris Ramsey's YouTube channel. He runs around in that circle of friends, and as well I heard him talking on a magician's podcast before. The impression I got is that he's a very funny, very intelligent magician, so I'm excited to see what he has in store for us today. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump into the reaction and see what he's got for us.
The main reason I do magic is simply for the reactions. I have a TV show called Tricked. It's a hidden camera show where people don't know I'm actually a magician.
Chicken salad? Yeah.
So for example, I could be like a clerk at a sandwich shop and somebody would order like a chicken sub and a live chicken comes out.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This is the coolest thing that has ever happened to me in my entire life.
I like to melt people's brains. A whole brain trust.
Well, how about that? I didn't know Eric had a TV show, but it looks really good. In fact, kind of reminds me a little bit of the Carbonaro effect. Have any of you seen Eric's TV show before? Can you leave a comment below and let me know what you thought about it, or perhaps where it can be watched? Anyway, I'm surprised I've never heard of this, so I'll have to check it out later. Back to the show.
Magicians actually helped me create the trick you're gonna see tonight. A squad of illusionists specifically to fool Penn and Teller. So watch out, we're coming for you. If I do stump.
Both of those guys have big YouTube channels, so I see that this Chris Ramsey circle of friends is working together to help him. So my expectations have been raised even higher. Proceeding.
If I do stump them, I want to do it in a way that'll make them respect me. No red herrings, no weird moves to make him think something else. I want to be an honorable fool.
I like that. No red herrings, pretty cool.
Please welcome the manic magic of Eric Leclerc.
What's up, everybody?
A lot of energy.
Look, Mom, I made it to Vegas! This is for all the other moms and some dads. You know, when I heard I was going to be on Penn and Teller Fool Us, I nearly shipped myself because it's cheaper than plane tickets. No, ship myself, like in the box, shipping in the box. I realize that is a dad joke. I'm allowed one, even though I don't have kids. Wow, big win! That gets applause? I'm into it. I'm into it. Ladies and gentlemen, our experiment today is going to require the use of an assistant. And who do we have here?
Fabian.
Fabian, everybody. Fabian, think of this. 1 in 52. Those are the odds that most magicians use to prove their magical powers. Somebody picks a card. They put it back in the deck after signing it. Amongst 51 other possibilities, the magician always finds the card. Pretty amazing. Pretty good odds.
Yes, sir.
But not good enough for Penn and Teller Fool Us. Today, my odds of success aren't going to be 1 in 52, but rather 1 in 26,497 styrofoam packing peanuts. 472, there's just a lot. There's a lot of packing peanuts.
This guy is awesome. This is actually my first time seeing him legitimately performing, and he is super funny. I feel like he could almost have a stand-up comedy act, or maybe he's done some open mic nights to practice his comedy, so it's just as powerful as his magic. Anyway, I'm already impressed. I haven't seen the magic, but I just love his energy, and I'm curious about this big box with the packing peanuts, so yeah, that's what I'm curious about. Back to the show.
Your honors, may I approach the bench?
Oh, this is great.
Oh, before I do, nobody has a peanut allergy?
I do not.
Teller, I'd like you to please go ahead, pick a peanut, any peanut. That's great. And with this pen, I'd like you to write your favorite amendment from the Bill of Rights on the peanut. Just initial both sides is fine. Thank you. While they do that, Fabian, you and I are going to mix this box. We're gonna lift it in the air, we shake it. Like this, you can go like this too, like that. Great, place it down. Thank you very much, you can have a seat. Teller, how is that packing peanut going? Perfect. I don't want to touch it with my hands.
Very fair. You can't switch it like
It is
that.
now time to reunite our poor, lone packing peanut with its friends and family. Bye, little buddy. All right, Fabian, here's the fun part. Let's mix this box up. Go ahead, you can close your flap. That's great. How about now, Fabian, you're having fun?
A lot.
Yeah, a lot now, that's great. Okay, so take your right hand, place it on top, just like this. We're gonna lift the box up, and now's their time to shine. Go ahead, shake it, Fabian. Shake it like your mama gave you. Come on, put your back into it. Like this, Fabian. Put your back into it. Your back into it. Like this, upside down, upside down. Yeah? Thank you very much. Fabian, behind you, you will find rollers with industrial strength glue. I'd like you to go ahead and dip the rollers into the glue. Perfect. Here's the fun part. You're going to douse me in that glue. Let me show you how. It's like this. Fabian, can you do my back?
So I guess this isn't an act he does all the time unless he's having to buy new clothes every single time. Is there a special detergent that can remove industrial strength glue from your clothes? If so, I'm sure Eric has found it.
Just rub it in like sunscreen, Fabian. Yeah, you get in there. You get in there. All the nooks and crannies, buddy. Needless to say, my parents are very proud of my life choices. All right, Fabian, here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna blindfold myself and jump in that box. Ugh. Fabian, for right now, you can go and have a seat. When I jump in the box, the audience will join you in a nice countdown from 20 to 1. You're gonna start it for them.
Now, I've never jumped into a box of packing peanuts before, but my first thought is that if he jumps in, they're just gonna move out of the way and he'd hit the ground really hard. My second thought, more magic related, is that when the box was open and he dropped it in, we couldn't exactly see into the top of the box from our position, but his volunteer was standing right there looking in, so if there was anything fishy, he would have noticed it also. We presume. And right now, honestly, I cannot predict what's gonna happen because he's got so much glue, there will be a lot of packing peanuts stuck to him. It's not like he can just jump in and have that one peanut stuck. And I just like to take this moment to say that it's refreshing to have magic where you really can't even anticipate the end. Like, I don't know. You just gotta watch to find out.
Everybody, Fabian. Here we go.
19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7.
There's that top camera I was looking for.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Nope. He's got nice colored eyes, am I right? Smash like for his beautiful eyes.
Eric Leclerc! Woo! Nice to air meet you. This is a messy act to practice.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have people who are gonna clean this up. It's
No,
not
I
my-
know, but at your house,
Yeah.
like, do you practice at your house
I
with
did
all
practice
these peanuts?
this. It was a big mess. Worth it though.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, let's see if the boys went nuts trying to solve your trick.
All right, let me go ahead and give you my thoughts before we hear what they're gonna say. And my immediate thoughts are, I don't know how he did it. The only thing I was a little suspicious about is when it was dropped in there at first and we did not get a top-down view. You know, I would think, well, there could be like a big sheet of saran wrap to like catch that one on top of the others. But the spectator was standing right next to Eric and they were both looking down into it, so he would have seen that. The other possible guess I have is maybe the packing peanut that he offered Teller was like a different color than the rest of them, so he literally was able to find it given 10 seconds, moving them around and just seeing a different color. I could be wrong about that. I'll have to go back and check to see if they were actually different colors or not. But aside from those two guesses, nothing else presents itself to me immediately. And I thought it was super entertaining, obviously, and original. I've never seen anything like this before. Let me give it some additional thought and see if I can come up with any other ideas. Nope. All right, let's hear what P&T have got to say.
Boys?
What a great routine.
Thank you.
You know, we've been trying for, 30 years to come up with a really good needle in a haystack routine, and using a little bit, although not as well as you did, a little bit of that premise, needle in a haystack,
right.
Finding something impossible.
Yes.
It's really, really good. And
Thank
it's
you.
also great to see someone who really understands what this show is about.
Thanks so much.
The show
That means
is
a lot.
called Fool Us. But the real reason for this show is for people to come on and do fabulous, original magic. And be funny and entertaining every step of the way. I have to ask you a question. Teller thought you had some sort of container, we're not going to describe it exactly, but some sort of jar or something that you carefully placed the hero in, and I thought I remembered it actually fluttering down. But did you place it in, was it carefully placed?
It was let go at about right here. Just...
Okay, well, like I said, Eric, the important part of the show is to do a really entertaining, wonderful piece of innovative magic that the whole audience loves. And the part of the show that doesn't matter nearly as much is the fact that you fooled us.
That's awesome.
Oh my God.
All right, so again, that was a wonderful performance by Eric Leclerc, and it was nice to hear Penn address what the show is really about and kind of remind us that although the premise is Fool Us, you know, that was just kind of a hook, like a reason for creating the show to begin with. As far as further speculations on how the trick could work, the only other thing that kind of occurred to me was also like what Penn and Teller were saying, that maybe there was some kind of shallow container, so when he dropped it, it was wide enough to fall on that and then be like withdrawn over to the side so the spectator wouldn't see it. Some kind of mechanical arm, but that sounds really complicated, and I feel like it probably wasn't even how he did it. Just some kind of crazy idea in my mind. Plus, at the end, you know, Eric falls forward, the whole box empties like this, and you're seeing inside the box with the peanuts falling out. Granted, I guess something could still be hidden in the back, down low where the peanuts were on top of it. You know, if he could somehow empty all the peanuts out of the box, then I would be 100,000,000% fooled, rather than just 100% fooled like I am now. Anyway, super cool performance. Congratulations to Eric Leclerc. I think he definitely deserved that. Smash like if you enjoyed the video. Click the subscribe button if you want to see more reactions to more magicians on Fool Us. And now we're going to jump into that bonus section of the video where I read you a little story from Aesop's fables. And who knows? Maybe we will learn something. I feel like I always flip and land in the middle of the book, so let me go real early. Actually, you know what? A commenter requested that I do chapter 13 because it's his favorite number, so let's do that. Chapter 13 is The Cat and the Birds, and this one actually has a really cool picture. It's got what looks like to be a cat dressed up as a salesman knocking on the door, or perhaps he is a doctor. That bag looks a little bit kind of like a doctor bag. Anyway, nice illustration. So let's jump right in. The Cat and the Birds. A cat heard that the birds in an aviary were ailing, so he got himself up as a doctor, and taking with him a set of the instruments proper to his profession, presented himself at the door, and inquired after the health of the birds. "We shall do very well," they replied, "without letting him in, when we've seen the last of you." And the moral of the storyline is, a villain may disguise himself, but he will not deceive the wise. Okay, so what can we learn from this little fable? I mean, it seems pretty straightforward, it's kind of funny. I do think part of the comedic effect of this is they say, we shall do very well, end quote. They replied without letting him in, and then continuation of the quote, when we've seen the last of you. You know, that kind of like dramatic pause lets it build for the punchline. Something I was just noticing now. Sometimes I just say things that come into my head and then edit them together and put them in a video and upload it to YouTube. Okay, let's focus in on the moral of the storyline. Maybe there'll be something there. A villain may disguise himself, but he will not deceive the wise. So yeah, I guess you often have this wolf in sheep's clothing type of situation going on, and he will fool a lot of other sheep. But if you are wise enough, you will be able to discern that what you are really facing is an enemy. So we should be very discerning about the character of the people we are dealing with. This guy may be able to trick a lot of the other people, but not you. Not if you're paying close attention. At any rate, I guess that was pretty straightforward, so... Jeez, these books are dangerous. Anyway, thanks for joining. Click like if you liked the video. Subscribe if you subscribe to the video. Notifications. By the way, just out of curiosity, before I say this, I'm curious, did any of you notice that I filmed this video with a wider shot? You can actually see more of me, like all the way down to here, whereas before it's been kind of chopped off up there. Did any of you actually notice that before I said anything? Comment below. All right, keep it real, keep it classy real, and I'll see you next time.